welcome to another episode of Zenless Zone Zero. Today we continue the main story with the new chapter, Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night. The embers of last night still linger, spoiling the calm of a quiet dream. Let's go. And meet up with Wise. A call from the mayor. That means we've got another job. Wise is looking over a message from someone, his face turning serious. The kind of look that says, here comes another tough job. Your proxy instincts are telling you to turn and walk away. Good timing, Belle. I feel like I've heard that before. The mayor sent a message earlier, saying, give me a call when both you siblings are together. An official message from the mayor usually means something big is about to happen. Should we contact him right away? Simulated signals from city administration surge through the encrypted line. After a few seconds of whispering white noise, a familiar image and voice emerge from the audio-visual device.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well.
We are not your kids.
The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wife Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Wife Peninsula. Do you have any plans to handle it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic.
Oh good. Are you inviting us for tea?
But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the danger still posed by the exaltists.
That was a very short cup of tea.
Miasma is a natural byproduct within the hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
It's because of the exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices, which has caused miasma to spread rampantly within the hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the exaltists' plan to seize control of Wife Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the exaltists' influence in the region.
But the exaltists' actions are still harming the people of Wife Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived. Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Wife Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Wife Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Wife Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Wife Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the exaltist threat.
The defense force wasn't involved with the issues in Wife Peninsula before, so why'd they show up now?
Wife Peninsula is a key porcelain production area after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together. With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Yve Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power struggle between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Yve Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunque's summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon...
Yes, Phaethon. A legend among proxies. An outlaw of the underground. The last disciple of a secret research institute. Mayor Mayflower's wondrous right hand. The one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
Well, slow down a little bit.
To be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage.
We are the protagonist of this world.
I spotted the name Oval Squad on the Defense Force's unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits, and some of their members have had both professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support. Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolda, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists and Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
Green hair.
So we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force. Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult-to-remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
We could also ask Soldier 11 to give us a name if we are already working with Oval Squad.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolda in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolda and Oval Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.
Taking down the Exaltists, the Defense Force, looks like this job won't be easy. I hope we don't run into any trouble. No, don't say that. I hope we don't run into any annoying people. Yeah, that's more like it. But hey, we get to team up with Oval Squad again. Soldier 11 and Trigger will be happy to see you too, right, Belle? And of course, a couple of new acquaintances we've crossed paths with before. But before heading out, maybe we should let Yishu and Shifu and the others know. I've been expecting you, Belle. Don't give me that Yishu and Shifu is all-knowing look. I only knew because the mayor contacted me in advance. It seems that really is why you are here. Yunkui Summit is on good terms with the mayor, so we can't get directly involved in Defense Force affairs, which means I have no choice but to send my talented student. I won't bring any shame to the sect. Shaming the sect is the least of your worries. The Exaltists play dirty, and the Defense Force throws its weight around. You are neither skilled enough nor strong enough to deal with either of them alone. That's why you have to act with the utmost caution. For your own safety, has to come first before you try to help anyone else. Alright, Zubian Temple isn't going anywhere. Get a good night's rest here tonight. Then go take care of what you need to do. Remember, if you get into any trouble out there, just give them your Shifu's name. You carefully calibrate the HDD device in Zubian Temple's inner chamber, then spend some time chatting with your senior brothers and sisters. Before you realize it, night has already fallen. The Defense Force sent word. We are meeting up with Obal Squad tomorrow morning. The coordinates are in the Lemnian Hollow. We are meeting in the Hollow? Is this how the military does things? That's alright. The Defense Force wants us to link up with Obal Squad during the operation. Afterward, we are to return to their base together. Supposedly, it's meant to help us work smoothly with Obal Squad, and to test our capabilities as the Mayor's special envoys. I've spent the whole afternoon tuning the HDD device. It's pretty much done. You should take it easy and rest up for tomorrow's operation. Let's go to sleep. Immerse ourselves in sleep. Do not go gentle into that good night. Chapter 3 of Season 2. In a dream made from electric impulses and numerical signals, in Magus's memory. Switching to someone else. What do guns dream of?
The Hollow hit city center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Doesn't matter. We've seen worse, haven't we?
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid. This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Magus, you're late today?
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us. Still, they've got a point. Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup! Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup!
Fall back, Orpheus!
Fall back. No. No! We have to kill it! Whatever it takes! Get back! I'm from Yunkoi Summit.
Always comes back to Sis.
We'll hold the line from here. You can fall back now, comrades.
Everyone, we can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down. We cannot fall back!
So, is this the end? Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything. I've already lost everything.
Captain? Captain Magus? Nagus? Nagus, were you dreaming again?
Is that a normal thing for a gun to do?
Intelligent constructs don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the Meta School to enlist, Orphe.
What can I say? My brain can be a bit slow at times. Anyway, Magus, you talk in your sleep all the time.
I don't sleep. It's a self-diagnostic mode. And I've told you before, use my proper title while on duty, and stop eavesdropping on me.
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never listen to you sleep talking again.
I mean, it's kind of difficult, considering you're always by my side.
But given how you're always right behind me, it's kind of hard not to overhear.
Yeah.
It's not sleep talking. It's echoes of residual signals from the vocal module during self-diagnostic mode.
Yes, Captain Magus. I swear, I'll never eavesdrop on your, whatever that was during self-diagnostic mode again.
Still, it's strange. I actually overslept today. I mean, my self-diagnostic ran longer than expected.
Yes. Definitely being convincing here. You are lucky that Orphe is so dense.
Feels like some kind of bad omen.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join the military. Superstition is the only knowledge I've got that I can actually rely on. Enough breakfast chit-chat. Time to get ready for this morning's operational briefing, Orphe.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Captain Magus, Squad Member Orphe, I've been waiting here for you. You left the sniper to wait here all alone? That's not how an assault trooper should operate, Orphe. But you were the one who woke up late. I told you that was a necessary system check and maintenance. Now, getting into position early to cover their squad mates is part of a sniper's job too, isn't it? Let's head to the operation briefing before the Colonel scolds everyone in Obal's squad for being late. Mangbu? Mangbu where? Obal squad, assemble! Captain Magus? Even after all this time, Soldier 11 has remained disciplined and focused. That's what you call a model soldier. Huh? Aren't I a model soldier? You, Seed, you are a soldier too. If you joined the scout, Seed, you'd definitely be an honor scout. I feel like there's a memory somewhere in my past. Something about being in the scouts. If I weren't busy taking care of Seed Senior, I'd absolutely be an honored member. Captain, we've got about 12 or 13 push-ups worth of time before we are late for the operation briefing, depending on whether we are doing them one-handed or two. Let's hurry to the operation briefing, or we'll be punished as problem squad members before we ever get the chance to become honored ones. Seed sound effects. I'll park Seed Senior here before heading to the meeting. Seed Senior isn't coming to the briefing. He's way too tall. He'd end up lifting the whole tent. It will look ridiculous. Not exactly the serious atmosphere Captain Magus wants. That's very important. Hello, soldier. Hello, Captain. Hello. Looking sharp there, soldier. You must be a seasoned veteran, huh? Heh, I never even took part in the battle for the old capital. How could I possibly call myself a veteran? veterans who've seen those kind of battles. These days they're few and far between. So it's truly an honor to meet you. When I heard that Obol Squadron Colonel Isolde would be joining the operation, I just knew we are headed for a glorious victory. A glorious victory. Being able to fight for honor. It's a privilege, really. Let's go, Wolfie. It's time for the operation briefing. The members of Obol Squad are gathered around the command table.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltis stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltis communication hubs within the Hollow. However, we still need more detailed intel on the exact location of their headquarters and the distribution of their personnel. Therefore, before the main force advances into the Hollow to launch a full sweep, we will deploy several elite squads to their comms outposts within the Hollow for recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obol. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
Leave it to me, Isolde.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations.
How ironic.
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde. Colonel.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obol Squad. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Trigger was just telling me we've got a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Trigger is right. There will indeed be a guest from the city government joining us as a technical advisor to assist Obol Squad in the operation. Per the agreed arrangements, our guest will meet you all inside the Hollow.
Well, let's meet up then.
The Exaltists have long plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. Eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Blitz Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with the technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Obol Squad, gear up and get ready!
Obol Squad reporting in. We are in the target hollow.
Orphean Megas tutorial. When Orphean Megas are off-field, they can unleash different aftershock attacks based on their energy and recover bottled heat. With sufficient bottled heat, hold special to unleash EX special attack, heat charge, granting the whole squad the zeroed in effect, which boosts their abilities.
Blitz Squad, in position.
Aegis Squad, report your position. Do you copy?
We're en route with the chopper. ETA 20 minutes. Landing at Blitz Squad 3 o'clock.
Primary objective, rendezvous with the mayor's envoy.
Must be someone pretty important if they've got Obol Squad handling the pickup.
Soldier Leonard?
They're very powerful, but also a very nice person. Oh, so what sort of person are they exactly?
Let's save the chit-chat for after the mission. Stay focused on the battle.
Currently not focusing on the battle.
The envoy and escort team are in all about action. She prefers getting to know our partners in live combat scenarios rather than listening to someone introduce them. At least, that's what Colonel Isolde said.
You're making me sound like I'm some unreasonable, clueless kid or something.
Really? I just hope the captain doesn't end up chewing out the envoy later. Let's provide cover fire!
Fire's ready!
One of the conversation would have... No, it definitely wouldn't have been long enough if I'd finished the fight right away.
We've successfully rendezvoused with the target. Now, let me take a look at Colonel Isolde's intel report. Captain Magus, this is the Special Hollow Technology Consultant, the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
Hey everyone, forget the titles. Why don't you all just call me Proxy?
So this is the amazing Miss Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about. Turns out you're actually pretty down to earth.
I know who you are. You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Miss Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned. For villains, it would be...
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obel Squad. I'm an old-timer who plays by the rules. No dramatic backstory, no need for wild adventures like the younger ones. So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
That not dream sequence earlier definitely gave me the feeling that you have a dramatic backstory, so once again, ironic.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero. Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Obel's mission, or violate the Defense Force's principles. Otherwise...
If what you call your principles are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
I hope so.
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the Hollow, surrounded by Exaltists.
Regardless of your position, if you get things done, that's not bad in my book.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert Hollow guide, or a proxy, Phaethon will use the current map intel and Hollow data to chart the most efficient route for us, Obel Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the proxy collects Hollow data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military. Can a proxy with no combat experience really handle such an operation?
Captain Magus, according to the intel report and squad member accounts, the proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the proxy. I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections. That wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
I'll be right on your tail.
There are more enemies than we expected.
Aegis Squad, report your status! Aegis Squad, come in!
Aegis having problems.
Oh no. Still no response. Electromagnetic interference is pretty common in hollows. But guessing from interference patterns, it might be the Exaltists intentionally trying to jam us. The enemy reinforcements just keep coming.
My squad is pinned down. Aegis Squad, do you copy? Maximum fire!
Enemy reinforcements spotted to the northwest.
Aegis Squad.
Speed and the others should be okay, right? The fastest way to get comms back is to disable the nearby jamming devices. Feels like the miasma around us is getting thicker. Ether activity is rising around us. Watch out for stronger enemies. Get away! It's over! Long time.
We're circling right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target.
Here comes Seed. After basic attacks, 4th hit, dodge counter, quick assist, or assist follow-up, hold or press regular attack to activate Falling Petals Slaughter. With sufficient steel charge, press basic attack after Falling Petals Slaughter to have Seed use Falling Petals Downfall, dealing massive damage.
Aegis Squad has reached the LZ. Blitz Squad, do you copy? Got to cover. Comms seem to be jammed. Is Seed Senior's comm system still working?
No, the speaker's all buzzy with static.
Let's clear the nearby enemies first, then regroup with the Captain ASAP. I wonder if the Proxy, the Envoy and the Captain have met up safely. Increase firepower!
Initiating devastating strike!
The area's all clear now. All those annoying pests? Good riddance.
Come in, Blitz Squad. Do you copy?
Seems that annoying signal interference is still floating around in the air.
The enemy control room is just ahead. It's packed with communications gear.
On the jammer switch. I'll turn it off. As the switch flips down, the hum of machines somewhere in the comms room comes to a halt.
Aegis Squad, come in!
Aegis reporting in! We read you loud and clear, Captain!
We just shut down the enemy's jamming equipment.
They sure have a large reserve of miasma.
Aegis Squad, are there any ether transmission terminals inside the control room?
Roger. New objective. Shut down the ether transmission system!
Homing barrage! Fire!
Over the head, Seed Seeker! in perfect shape.
Get behind me.
Continuing combat until target neutralized.
It's a switch linked to the ether transmission device. A successful decryption signal flashes from Seed Senior's data port, and the once turbulent ether in the transmission system grows still.
Remote support. In position.
The ether transmission system has been shut down.
Great! That cuts off the supply of miasma.
Next, we eliminate. Your squad has finished clearing out the remaining enemies.
Well, that was too fast.
Aegis Squad has successfully secured a data copy from the control room.
Excellent. That about does it for our recon objectives. Meet up.
Those things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy.
What's a coffin?
It's a thing where people are laid to rest.
Laid to rest? Oh, you mean like Seed Senior?
Just slightly sad. This is an ether research device built by Porcelumex. Alice calls it an obscura. Obscura? That was in the report we handed over to Commander Isolde. Are these just regular ether research equipment? I doubt it's that simple. Anything tied to the Exaltists is bound to be suspicious. I felt something ominous too. Are you saying the defense force has some information on it? You'll get the intel when you need to know. For now, let's keep moving. What a difficult person to work with. Don't be discouraged, Miss Special Envoy. I've been around the captain for a while and still think... Keep moving. She's still thinking, after all this time. Oh great, muscle stuff.
The unknown device. Now analyzing. Network communication structure detected.
Scary muscle
These
mice.
devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array. By cracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
Hacking it away at it.
You're amazing, Proxy.
You're not secretly hacking into my brain while I'm asleep, are you?
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis. 50% complete.
It's scary looking and sounding, but not really any different from other muscle maces. Well, I see some sort of barrier. Surely it's not a trap. Yes, not.
Those are ether reactors made by Porcelumex. Not gonna lie, they look pretty ominous.
Porcelumex? That's the company working with the Exaltists, right?
Not everyone in the company is bad. Hopefully.
Even if they're not all bad, plenty still played a part in this.
That might be true, but most ordinary employees were probably acting under pressure or coercion, right?
And what about you? Were you forced or pressured into becoming a proxy?
These obstacles are blocking Aegis Squad's path to our rendezvous point. Let's clear them while we wait for them. Yes, Captain Magus.
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
The mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
Yeah, and thanks to the envoy for all her hard work, too. You were also amazing in battle. I was just doing my duty.
I don't think we needed to clear the path. Could have easily gone around.
Huh?
Seed, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex investigation.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first. And then Seed Senior told me.
Seed Senior? Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech.
He's my dad.
Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field.
Even striking similar poses right now.
Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
Best friends already.
The Defense Force, or rather, Obel Squad's comms channel always seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time. I have to say, you really are something special.
Now we just need to get on Magus's wavelength.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Meanwhile, Orphe is completely off the grid.
Still, winning over these girls might be easy. But as the commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution. All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates that the Defense Force doesn't know about. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's skills are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
I got this. Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Feed. Confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. Look at it. 6. 5. 4. 2. 1. Now we're all clear.
Oboe Squad. All enemies eliminated.
Finally, an introduction cutscene for Oboe Squad. Amid the thunderous stomps of heavy machinery and shrill, hysterical screams, Seed brings in the exaltist captives.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice is about to begin. How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Do all the exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior. You've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
What sets these exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator. That often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting new Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining. In other words, not every exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
Even though those are very fun and should be used at any opportunity.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them?
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Huh? How come no one told me about it?
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other, or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
There's a critical piece of intel that needs our immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice.
Yeah, normally a coffin doesn't have things in it that come alive.
These Obscura, and the factories that produce them, are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porsalumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Wi-Fi Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that the sacrifices and Obscura are directly connected. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
Phew. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The proxy has a point, but there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Wi-Fi Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
A fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
That's not what I meant!
Or is it? In the depths of the Lemnian Hollow, where even the Proxy's eyes couldn't pierce the darkness. It's Zera, vibrating fiercely. The military's operation has started. You are to provide cover for the Overseer's ritual. Every action leads us closer to meeting our Lord. Everything for the Creator, Lady Sarah. But the Defense Force has overwhelming numbers, and we've taken heavy losses lately. With that little strength we have left, we don't need to achieve victory. Our mission is to buy time. Sacrifices are inevitable. Fortunately, the Defense Force isn't exactly driven by the noble duty they claim to uphold. As long as the Overseer completes the ritual, and we've already won, may the Creator refine you. May the Creator refine me. Did they not notice how much our model was vibrating during that? Obsidian Division has temporarily taken over Seagaze Road as our base of operations. This will be our staging area for the upcoming mission. But there seems to be way more people at the base today. Probably some sort of operation being coordinated. Anyway, let's report back to Isolde first. Please do not disturb the sentry on duty. I am disturbing the sentry on duty. Thank goodness you were okay, Proxy. When you and the captain were surrounded by enemies, I was really worried about you both. My bullet almost didn't make it in time. That was a close one. Protecting you, Proxy, is our top priority. I mean, protecting citizens like you, Proxy. Orphe might seem a little hesitant at times, but she's actually a skilled and brave soldier. Captain Magus comes off as harsh and short-tempered, but she's the kind of person who would risk everything for her squad and for new Eridu. Or rather, she already has. If it wasn't for Seed and Trigger shutting down the Exaltist equipment, the captain and I would have been in it for one hell of a fight. I mean, I was a big help, but Trigger and Seed Senior were just as important. The Exaltist system were pretty basic. It just took a little tinkering to shut them down. Your ability to handle machines so effortlessly is amazing, Seed. I wonder if I could learn to do so with enough practice. It's a talent, pure talent. I can always sense it. You've got a similar gift, right, Proxy? Sure do.
All in all, the scouting mission was a success. Obel Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltist lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
Please don't invite any karma, Magus.
The proxy was amazing too. Just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said. And just like all those rumors on Internet.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Help!
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltist scattered remnants.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltist base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the Hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the Hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obel? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
Endless amounts.
I'll have to think about that. I remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers?
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me. And her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Whew. I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
I just noticed when Magus was turned the other side, she had a blush. She has lights to blush. Specifically.
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
Not to mention the little tie around her neck, if you can call it a neck.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy, how many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
All right, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy, Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in meeting you. Would you mind coming with me later?
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
But you are the villain, right? You just said so. Why would I trust anybody? Adjutant, sir, the Major General's guest has arrived. Please follow me, you two. The Major General's tent is just beyond this tunnel. You follow the adjutant's lead and head with Isolde into the Major General's tent on the other side of the tunnel.
Sir, your guests have arrived.
Colonel Isolde, I heard that, Obel Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
My, already such a friendly smile to greet us with. This guy is not a bad guy.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Wi-Fi Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
And also, very friendly music that's not at all portraying him as shady, while he is also covered mostly in shade, while Isolde is brightly lit up.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Wi-Fi Peninsula. So this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Bell.
Welcome to Wi-Fi Peninsula, Ambassador Bell.
I've been in Wi-Fi Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple? Ah, Yunque Summit. Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower. Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the mayor's personal agents, an infamous proxy, getting involved in Defense Force business?
Bell was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. She's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunque Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy. And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Bell is only here to assist Obel Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Wi-Fi Peninsula. Which, I imagine, suits you just fine?
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you. Well then, since you're the Hollow experts and personally by the mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome. Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance, so I'm afraid I can't escort Belle to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now. Colonel Isolde, until this operation is over, all of Belle's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the mayor and Yunquay Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Waifei Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. Always know how to adapt and survive. I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
Oh, I am so sad we don't get to hang out more, Major General Lawrence.
Let's go, Madam Ambassador.
I'm really sorry, Belle. You came here to help, and this is how you are treated. Life in the military comes with its fair share of rules and restrictions. Major General Lawrence was a decorated officer during the fall of the old capital, 11 years ago, and was promoted to a general after its fall. Over the years, he's been known for his rather overbearing conduct. It would be dishonest to say I like his style, but working under him has definitely given me a lot of opportunities and access, allowing me to investigate the truth behind the fall of the old capital. Truth behind it? To be exact, the cause behind my squad's failure back then. Magus has always been concerned about it. I'm getting off track, but the point is, you can count on us. Whether it's Obol Squad or any other Obsidian Division soldier, we'll give everything to protect you. After briefing you on the military operation, Isolde takes her leave. Talk about rude. Are all the Defense Force generals this unpleasant? Restrictions on going out and contacting the outside world. I might as well be a prisoner. But if we're just heading down to Subian Temple for a quick break, they shouldn't stop us, right? Maybe. Or maybe not. Last night's ashes. Cleared. Roxy's been nabbed by the Major General. Why do you look so happy, Seed? Don't make fun of your comrade's suffering, Seed. The Major General little guy is a real pain, huh? So if the proxy doesn't get along with him, that must mean they are all right. Sounds silly. Also somehow makes sense. I can hear you. All of that. Ah! You're also the type to eavesdrop on people. I've been aware of your presence for a while now, Proxy, and for the record, I wasn't talking behind your back. Proxy, the ever so lovable Proxy, always listening in with those keen ears. Well, gotta check what people think about me. Sorry, orders from above. You're not allowed to leave. Yeah, I know. Let's argue with facts and logic. I think threatening a soldier is probably not good. I don't know who you are, but there's no argument to be had. Orders are orders. The argument draws the attention of several nearby soldiers. Huh? The ones that like us, though. You okay there, Belle? Comrade, Belle is a special envoy sent by the mayor. Show some respect. The mighty Belle got taken down a notch. Just following orders. Following orders is a soldier's duty. I understand where this soldier is coming from. I hope you understand, Crimson Gloom. Let's withdraw. Time to make it difficult. Oh. You cannot use this thing. You need to talk to a person to use this thing, and that person is not there, so we are stuck.
Captain, Proxy made it through the interrogation unscathed.
No significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
With you already calling me the villain, I figured I'd better get good at dodging torture.
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Isolde explains the Mayor General's orders to everyone.
Temporarily restricting the Proxy's movements and communications? What does that mean?
It means we've got your precious Phaethon locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
That's just so...
But can they really stop me from contacting my brother, considering he's in my bamboo? Or at least watching through my bamboo?
That's terrible!
What a shame. I never thought the legendary proxy Phaethon would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary proxy Phaethon was caught by Obel Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for a soldier, orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary proxy Phaethon will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
You sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just now.
Don't worry. Obel Squad and the Obsidian Division are the first line of defense against the Hollows. We'll wipe out the Exaltists faster than you'd think.
And then the Proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics.
There's no point in fighting it, so you allow a soldier to fasten the tracker, more like an electronic shackle, to your ankle. Thanks to the Defense Force's signal jamming, the only wireless frequencies still functioning in Wi-Fi Peninsula are military ones. For now at least, say farewell to the friends anxiously awaiting your replies on Knock Knock.
My apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly your biggest fan. But I hope you won't hold it against Isolde or the squad.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
Once again, Proxy, you have my apologies.
With comms and our movement restricted, things are definitely tricky. Luckily, I can still reach out to Vice and Ferry through the HDD without the Defense Force noticing. Yeah, I thought so. No way to cut off that line of communication. Right as I'm thinking about this... Proxy, don't look so down. It's time for Obal's regular equipment maintenance. Come join us. Is that okay? Do you agree, Captain Magus? Making sure our tech folks have reliable gear is crucial, so if you want to drop by, Proxy, go right ahead. But I don't have any equipment on me. Not that I could fix anything, even if I did. Really? I mean, I couldn't detect any gear on the Proxy, but I can't shake the strange feeling. Like the Proxy has some sort of device that feels oddly familiar. Don't worry, Proxy. Seed can be a bit hard to follow at times, but when it comes to tech, you can always count on her. It's just a routine maintenance check. Come on, Proxy, stop being so wishy-washy. Obol Squad is all here. Alright, time to start today's routine maintenance. Inspector on duty, squad member Seed. First up, for inspection, Mercury. Mercury here. Let me take a look and see if this little Colby's got anything wrong with it. I always get nervous when Seed does my checkup. The antenna on the comms module seems a bit worn out. Gotta remember to get those parts replaced. If Colby can't hear me on the radio during the operation, I'm gonna kick your butt. Aye aye! Next up is Trigger Sniper Rifle. I'm counting on you again, Seed. I only need one look to tell your weapon's in flawless shape just like always, Trigger. Sniper's weapon is their soul on the battlefield, after all. Boring. Now it's Orphe and Captain Magus' turn. Let's get this straight. You're not laying a finger on me. Calm down, Captain. Quit swinging around my tail. Your exoskeleton is in good shape overall, Orphe, but your tail shows way more wear, no doubt due to the Captain's reckless fighting style. The Captain gives it her all in combat. Where does the tail end and Magus start? I'll try to stay in sync with Orphe's movements. As for Captain Magus, you're using the nitro fuel oil again, aren't you? Seed can't stand that smell pouring out of your gun barrel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you seriously attacking your captain's dental hygiene? And finally, it's your turn, Proxy. And where should I start? Seed stares straight into the Proxy's eyes. Impossible as it seems, it almost feels like she can see right through to the HDD. But that can't be possible, right? Your eyes are crystal clear, Proxy. All systems good. Inspection complete. You're just looking for an excuse to stare into the Proxy's eyes. Now that everyone's finished their equipment checks, you're dismissed. Get some rest and make sure your gear is serviced at the armory. Seed might be a smart one. Hey, Proxy. Don't forget to look after your eyes, too. You confirm that the military really is restricting your freedom of movement with Obol Squad. You then return to the tent for rest. The tent offers some cover from the soldiers' gazes and re-establishes the connection with the HDD. And re-establishing the connection with the HDD brings a small sense of relief.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
You really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as her sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just the pitiful, useless captured proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Save your useless sympathy, First Assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Which means Bell can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
I saw some new data with my ion plants in the Hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the Defense Force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know Second Assistant and your Master had nothing to do with it. Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Bell, just like always.
Then leave clearing out the Hollow to me and Noble Squad, just like always.
Just like always.
The Defense Force's mission is bound to be dangerous. Be careful, Bell.
The bed beneath you feels so foreign. You hardly rest well that night, but as with all things, it eventually passes. A commotion rises from the outpost beyond the tent. That's Orpheus and Seed's voices. Let's go check out what's happening. A malfunction is happening. Is this the little one you brought back from the Hollow? Yes, Captain. The Bamboo squad seems to have been attacked. I received the Bamboo's distress signal and rushed over. What? What about the soldiers in that squad? They were all laying there covered in blood. I mean, the not breathing kind of lying there. Let's pay our respects. This Bamboo probably recorded what happened when they ran into the enemy, but it's badly damaged. Do we have any technicians at base? Let me fix up the Bamboo. Proxy, you know how to fix a Bamboo? Please help this little guy. I'll leave it to you, Proxy. Very straight line. Not so straight anymore. The video footage is restored, and images from inside the Hollow stream out through the Bamboo's data port.
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. A cluster of miasma. Ethereal presence confirmed. Something's off. Are those humans coming out of there? Hey, look! Someone's crawling out of the miasma! Why are they wearing Defense Force uniforms? They're coming closer. And they're armed! We're under attack! Fight back! Enemy spotted at 3 o'clock. More at 5 o'clock. Oh, is it the Exaltist troops in disguise? No, they emerged from the miasma. They're definitely not alive. What the are we seeing the dead in broad daylight? Ethereal or monster, just take them down. Reporting in. We've got casualties. We've got another wave of hostiles closing in on the right. We need backup.
What a coincidence that the signal interference keeps happening right when I swear it's happening. White noise grows louder, skipping ahead.
Just as the Overseer said, even a miracle like resurrection is nothing for the Creator!
Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is just a small step toward the gate of the final domain.
Don't worry, my joy hasn't clouded my judgment, and my knowledge as a researcher remains sharp. The large-scale miasma activation experiment has already begun ahead of schedule. They'll never catch up to us on our path to the Creator.
The footage ends abruptly here. The bamboo recording the data seemingly couldn't hold on any longer. These guys look like we might end up fighting them personally. Those soldiers crawling out of the miasma, they looked like the dead brought back to life. The dead? But they are dressed in military gear from the old capital, stuff from 11 years back. If they truly are the dead returned, how could they be the ghosts of those old soldiers if they are shooting at their own squad mates? They are not the undead, or like some kind of miasma creature. Still, the fact that these creatures take on the form of former Defense Force soldiers means their creator. The enemy's knowledge of the Defense Force might be beyond our imagination. Besides, yesterday's recon mission went perfectly. We didn't let any cultists escape, so there's no way the Exaltists should be aware of our progress. We need to report this to Isolde. Let's go, Proxy. Together with Obol Squad, you brief Isolde on what you saw in the footage.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Obol Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Only the Major General himself.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphe, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
At this point, arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire, and unknowable as shadow. That's the essence of Blitz tactics. At least according to a Yunque Summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
Obol Squad, gear up and get ready!
Yes, Captain Magus!
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. Make sure you're fully prepared.
It's not like I can do much to prepare. I'm stuck here.
We aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy and my honor as the mayor's envoy, I won't let you down. I'm counting on all of you, too. Please don't betray the trust the people have placed in the Defense Force.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obol never fails a mission.
This operation has two main objectives. First, to gather intel on the Miasma soldiers. Second, to eliminate key Exaltist bases. Get ready and move out. In a surprise attack, every second counts. Obol Squad, move out!
The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has put the Exaltists on high alert, like a startled bird ready to flee. We can't risk the Exaltist core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target stronghold in this operation is very likely the Exaltists' main base.
I'm not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far. I understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde's intel.
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander Isolde, don't you?
Possibly too much if she betrays us.
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate. But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer.
That is again the blush.
In fact, Obol Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
I understand. So please believe me, when I'm acting as your proxy, my one and only goal is to lead you all to where you're meant to be.
Let's lead on then. To the back. I guess they're not gonna hide any treasure around here.
The Defense Force people are here.
Yeah. Who goes there?
The Defense Force people.
Petty thugs, blocking the way to the Creator.
The Creator will not forgive them. Our sacrifice will pave the way for our Master's return.
Warning, enemy target detected from wide spots.
Provide cover fire! Am I keeping up, Captain?
Maximum firepower! Unleashing maximum firepower!
Always maximum firepower.
Got you covered. It's your turn to blossom.
Encrypted documents detected on this device. Answering the Overseer's call, wrongfully killed soldiers rise from the underworld, cloaked in flames of vengeance. As for why the Defense Force soldiers would fight for us, the Overseer was rather vague. Perhaps they too were blessed with witnessing the Creator's true form in the underworld. The files stored in this device are incomplete. The remaining intelligence needs to be obtained elsewhere. Wrongfully killed soldiers. Those ones emerging from the miasma were wearing 11-year-old uniforms, and they died protecting New Eridu. These exalted scum. How dare they desecrate the honor of fallen soldiers? Unforgivable. The approaching footsteps have everyone on guard, but then what they see is the sight of allied uniforms.
Which unit are you in? According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obel Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Isolde may be the acting commander for this op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltists to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
Mind your tone. The Major General sent us because he was worried you wouldn't be able to handle this alone. We're here to support the operation.
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right, and we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltists' attention, we couldn't have made it to their headquarters from the flank so smoothly. We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltists' main base.
Did you now? Can I go check?
Credit? That's meaningless. Is this really the attitude of new recruits in Obsidian Division these days?
Acting all high and mighty. You're just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city. You don't deserve to...
It's okay, Orphe. As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard New Eridu, which makes them our comrades.
Even among comrades, there are plenty of annoying ones. If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it up as an accident caused by an Exaltist attack.
Hey, are you threatening me?
No, we are shooting you with high-power lasers.
Stay focused, soldier. Answer me. Has the Exaltist's base been completely cleared?
Several preachers took advantage of the chaos to escape. We had other orders to carry out, so we didn't have time to pursue them while clearing the base.
Other orders? What could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly. Obel soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Obel, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus.
On standby for a long time.
Great. All going as planned, I see.
The Exaltists are fleeing in all directions.
These second-rate troops sure are surprisingly good at messing things up. Who would ever call this an ambush? We've already failed half of the mission's objective.
Hopefully we can still find some useful documents and materials.
Encrypted documents detected on this device. Accessing. We may be working with post-apocalyptics, but they aren't exactly saints. They'd sacrifice everything for profit. The soldiers didn't die protecting the city. The truth is, the file ends here without warning. There's a record of the hardware being moved. The missing data cannot be retrieved. Damn it. Of all the places, the data had to be missing at the most crucial part. The soldiers didn't die to protect the city. Just what have these exaltists learned? It's nothing but a distraction they planted on purpose to mislead us. Still, it's clear the exaltist remnants were spooked by the Major General's unit acting so recklessly. That's why they moved the key data early. Guess we have no choice but to press on.
Elite targets have appeared.
Elite targets. That's the kind of fight Orbital Squad's been waiting for.
Let's clear this place. Rampage your firepower. Flash attack.
Boy, am I glad if there's no talking and I can just end the fight on time.
In distance, sustain fire.
Everything is moving along smoothly, Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
Lucro.
Major General Lorenz, you're here in the Hollow. In person?
Looking like a villain. What with that glare?
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. Codename Obel, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said. You're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the Porcelumic Safety Inspection Reception Banquet.
A reception banquet for a safety inspection? That makes no sense.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. Anyway.
And you have a blunt manner of dressing, Mr. Polka Dot.
Ah, we are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we? Also involved with the Obsidian Division, I see. For someone so young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This young lady is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower to oversee our work.
I'm just doing my duty. Please, the title of envoy is a bit too much. I feel like it's a little too high and mighty.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
My troops and I have our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters. Mind your tongue, Captain.
He doesn't have one of those.
After all, besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
Major General, shouldn't we be going? Staying too long in areas with high ether activity isn't good for my health.
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
Escorted by the troops, Lawrence and Lucro withdraw from the stronghold.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the two most annoying people I've ever had to listen to. Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
I'll let it slide this time, Orphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
This place is not only a key Exalted stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. One of Porcelumex's executives previously worked with the Exaltists. Many of their facilities were originally Porcelumex's assets as well. And now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex has formed ties with the Defense Force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two plotting how to profit?
Goodness, Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphe. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Either way, Obol's mission continues. Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Somewhere in the Lemnian Hollow, illuminated by flickering candlelight, a body vibrates gently. I didn't expect to be right. I mean, I knew it would be Sarah, but... Great Overseer, the Defense Force took the bait just as planned, and they are feeling pretty proud of themselves. Perfect! They've wasted enough time on meaningless distractions, and that foolish general thinks he's already claimed enough victories. They won't be throwing major forces at us anymore, though the price was... The price was nothing more than a few necessary sacrifices. They died for their faith, Overseer. Besides, the troops you brought back from the underworld were a huge help. Soldiers fighting soldiers. It's cruel, really. Still, if it's for the right cause, then even you and I must be willing to give our lives. Absolutely. If that greater purpose is an audience with the Creator. I know you have other intentions, but you'll still open the path to the Creator, won't you, Great Overseer? I've wandered in confusion along this path more than once. The whispers I heard were true without a doubt. Once I've achieved my goal, I'll open the path to the Creator for you. Which means your sacrifices mine are justified. But Phaethon is with the Defense Force right now, and that one's a real handful. Not the type to let things go easily, and that elite squad of theirs has been a serious thorn in our side. I've noticed that youngster may be an unexpected variable. I've already set the course for how their tale unfolds. Don't back them into a corner unless you have to. Your arrangements are reasonable. May the Creator refine us. Cheers and laughter echo from the military camp, which has been so quiet the past few days. Why is the Defense Force base so lively? What's going on? Let's ask around and see what the soldiers know. Well, Soldier 11 doesn't know anything, it seems. Okay, we are asking random soldiers. If the Obol squad hadn't broken through head-on, our plan to strike from the flank wouldn't have gone nearly as smoothly. They are the ones who put in the work and got results. Shouldn't they get most of the credit? We should have wiped out that scum a long time ago. They threw Wi-Fi Peninsula into total chaos, and the poor workers paid the price for it. Our squad was the first to break into the Exaltist headquarters, and this time we're gonna take all the credit. You are also here, huh? Oh, a new face, and not in uniform either. You must be that outside help for the, what was it? Apostle Squad? Thanks to the brilliant leadership of the Mayor General and his adjutant, we secured an easy victory. Sure, you didn't land the big win, but you still played a part. Hey, what's with that look? We are celebrating our victory here. Don't be such a buzzkill, okay? Uh-huh. Welcome back, Envoy. I've been waiting here just to make sure you return safely. Really laying it on thick, huh? Such modesty. Still, if you're acting on behalf of the Mayor in Defense Force matters, I'm sure your words hold real authority with the city administration. We owe it to the Mayor General's forces that we were able to reclaim a significant cache of porcelain without incident. Assets Ferox had handed over to the Exaltists, which are in fact Porcelumac's property. It's quite the haul. The Mayor General and I go way back. He may not be the most charming guy, but he's someone you can count on. I know I'm just a shrewd, profit-minded trader, and I also know there's been some bad blood between you and the Major General. But it doesn't stop me from seeing the potential for us to work together in the future. Someone like you always brings value to the table, so naturally I'm pleased you made it back in one piece. About Porcelumex and the Exaltists. It's true that certain individuals within Porcelumex, including Mr. Ferox and his team, engaged in unlawful activities with the Exaltists. The shameful and pathetic Mr. Ferox is now in custody, and with the Major General's support we've tracked down his subordinates who escaped into the Hollow. Porcelumex is clean of any further criminal associations. Yeah, sure. Regarding the so-called Obscura devices, while they were created through Ferox's dealings with the Exaltists, I'm not clear on their scientific worth. Still, they are made of costly porcelain, so they belong to the company. We'll recover each of the Obscura once the Defense Force finishes assessing their risk. Their risk? Yes, Colonel Isolde stated in the report that the Obscura could pose an extreme risk, even going so far as to order an evacuation of Wi-Fi Peninsula for public safety. It's gotten too dangerous. Looks like it's time for me to leave Wi-Fi Peninsula. Take care of yourself. Uh-huh. These guys sure know how to take it easy. They're already planning the victory party right after winning. So what's the Defense Force's next move? Next move? There isn't one. The Major General believes the key members of the Exaltists have been wiped out and their base cleared. As far as he's concerned, we've already won. I never thought victory would come so easily. The Exaltists won't be that easy. What about the Obscura in the city? You faced the Exaltists more times than anyone, Proxy. Your insight is valuable. Even so, the Obsidian Division can't keep pouring resources into chasing down a minor outlaw group. As for the Obscura, Colonel Isolde is taking our intel, and the risk posed by the sacrifices very seriously. She's already prepared to evacuate the citizens of Wi-Fi Peninsula. We'll stay on guard here to protect the civilians until everyone's been evacuated and all Obscura in the city have been cleared. It's thanks to Isolde's leadership that we were able to locate so many Obscura across the city before the operation began too. Did the Colonel know about the risks of the Obscura all along? Since everyone's taking a break, why don't you relax a little too, Proxy? Would like an answer first, Orphy. I'm heading back to the camp with the captain. Wanna join us for a bit, Proxy? Despite your doubts, with cheers ringing out through the night all around you, you find yourself taking a brief rest by the firelight with the two soldiers. As Obol Squad settles in at their quarters, the troops are already preparing to celebrate.
Everyone! The Exaltis, the threat that plagued Waifei Peninsula, have been wiped out under our thunderous assault!
Orphy looking very sleepy. And also, that sharp tongue is made of fire.
Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before! Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! Cheer for victory!
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
I hate to be that girl, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
A typical big shot, huh?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exaltist leaders are still on the loose. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exaltists will still be a threat until they're taken out. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Ishu and Shifu, and the Exaltists suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
Ishwan, High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit? I've heard the name before.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolde has been unwell recently, and went back to the city to rest. She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
Suddenly I'm getting real suspicious about her too.
Maybe the commander's like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
You might be right. That does sound like her. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the Exaltists. And after fighting on the verge of life and death, the soldiers really needed a victory to boost their morale.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders. So even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Sr. would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded. Sorry about that, Proxy.
I understand. Obol Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
But as Phaethon, I have no right to stop moving forward. Excuse me, Miss Special Envoy. The Colonel asked me to pass on a message. Some bigwig from Tops is here to see you. From Tops? Don't ask me about the specifics. You'll just have to go see for yourself. Who now? Oh. Finally, a friendly face. You meet with Damien after dark and fill him in on what Lucro's doing.
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltis stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in Tops any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunque Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waife Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out. A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Yunque Summit for assistance either. But if it's just to keep you safe...
It's all right. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Just as Damien finishes speaking, a small figure suddenly springs out from behind him.
Hiya! I'm the savior he was talking about.
Who and what?
It's funny, most company employees usually see me as a disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from Tops, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
I see.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within Tops? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
No, we've heard of Krampus before.
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if the company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason Tops has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Although he isn't really a friend, I do sort of get Damien's style. He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who never crosses the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes.
I keep hearing that lately.
I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus. And that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Miss Bell.
Oh, it would be so cool if she was a bad guy. Miss Zhao, the Krampus member, turns and walks off with Damien and Tao. I mean, Krampus are scary things. She may have been small in stature, but her commanding presence nearly overshadowed the disheveled Damien beside her. It's getting late. Let's head back to the tent and get some rest. Where my friends are already waiting. Roxy. Roxy. It's not time to sleep yet. I came all this way with Squad Member C to invite you to our special nighttime operation. A special night op? Where's the enemy? Follow us and you will see, Proxy. Shh, move quietly and stay low, just like a sniper. Seed and Trigger quietly creep up behind Orphe and suddenly launch a surprise attack.
Soldier Orphe!
Soldier Orphe!
You two again? Now you have the proxy as an accomplice too?
You've got it all wrong, Orphe. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you.
Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
Is Orphe more worried about waking the captain or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
Excuse me. First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely genuine. Second, the field manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh. Then why doesn't Orphe protest when the captain's actually awake?
I'm sure Orphe has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
I think this is called bullying, and we should stop it.
Isn't this just a regular part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't punish the majority, Orphe.
Then, the proxy should also share the responsibility.
A special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips? Count me in!
In the sea breeze of Waifei Peninsula, you team up with Obol Squad to finish off the lemon-flavored chips. As night deepens, Seed and Trigger, who ambushed Orphe, return to the squad's camp. Just as you are about to leave, Orphe calls out to you.
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's about the captain.
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf of the captain for her bad attitude toward you during the mission. But there's a reason why the captain acted that way.
I trust that you know the captain, Orphe. Otherwise, why would you trust her so much? Come to think of it, you and Magus make a pretty unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct? No, the captain is more than that. Can I trust you, Proxy?
Like I said, just like you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner. A soldier, here to support Captain Magus.
Were you straight up created for that purpose?
Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me, if Captain Magus and the others were here. But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long. I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant.
So you are a clone of Magus's real body to serve as the gunner or the gun.
That legendary soldier's military codename was Magus. The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing or a curse? All things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, "Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life." I know the looks in my comrades' eyes often carry sympathy or pity, mockery, or even disgust. Still, I can't help but feel that I'm lucky. I met Captain Magus, I met Obel Squad, and even crossed paths with someone as strong and interesting as you, Proxy. I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, "Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind." Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust, they all proved one thing. I'm nothing special. They all told me I'm just a pathetic, tragic person. But you all keep telling me over and over again, "You're one of a kind, Orphe." I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obel Squad and you, the cool Proxy. Our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, that's all just talk. Our pasts are not what define us. Instead, it's up to us to determine our destinations. As a Proxy, you'll lead us to the right place. I believe in you, Proxy.
Thanks, Orphe. And I guess now it's time to rest.